1 terabyte for $1.
So let's get started configuring Amazon S3. We'll configure this bucket. We'll give it a name. Do all the standard stuff. If you're studying for your certification, it's very important that you understand Amazon S3. We give the bucket a name, and it has to be unique in all of Amazon. So we'll just name it AWS S3 Tutorial Tough Networks. That is definitely not taken. And we'll select our region as well. Not very important, I don't think. This is supposed to be global. But we'll choose that, and then we will not give it public access. And the reason you have to pick a region, I forgot to mention, is because you can do replication to different regions. And you have to create the bucket before you can enable other features. Specifically, what we want to enable now is this intelligent tiering that now includes 2 new types of storage for you. And there's a couple ways that we can enable this. One is right here. We create the configuration for intelligent tiering archive, and you have to give it a name. Let's just name it whatever. AWS S3 tiering or intelligent. And you can select what you want to archive or what you want to use or move over in this intelligent tiering. We'll apply it to everything. And here we go. We have 2, the archive access tier. And if we click on the learn more, we will see what this means. And as you could see, this was added in November 2020. So it gives you 2 different tiers, archive access tier and deep archive access tier. Now, obviously, this is not stuff that you want to access right away. But the interesting thing is you get 1 terabyte for $1. And you can see here, we go to archive access tier. Now, you have to have these files for a minimum of 90 days. It doesn't make sense that you have files that you need constant access to. So basically, files that you put into your S3 bucket are there for you to access. If it's a website that's being accessed continually, okay. But if you're putting files in here that you will not access very much after 90 days, you can move them over to this type of archive access. Now, if there's files that you know you will not access probably ever again, maybe once every 3 years, you can put into deep archive access, and it's a minimum wait of 180 days. You can also modify this configuration. So if you want to go from 90 days to, let's say, 120 days to archive, and then 365 days for deep archive, you can do that. We can also configure the different levels of storage through the management tab here. We call it lifecycle rules. So you can create a lifecycle rule that will move files for you to the different types of storage. And once again, you have to give it a name, and let's just call it 30-day move. And we will apply it to all objects, and it gives you a warning. And what we can enable here is to transition different options. For example, if you want to move the current version of this object, if you enable versioning, then you probably don't need the versions of files from 6 months ago. And those you could just move over. But you need a historical record, and that's why you can enable it here. But as you see, there is the transition from infrequent access to intelligent tiering and so forth. When we upload this file, then we can make modifications to it. So we upload a file, any file for testing purposes, or a folder, whatever you want, and just select an item. There are also other rules about file sizes, minimums, etc. But here we just want to look at how to enable these lifecycle options or intelligent tiering. So when we look at, we have to click on additional upload options, and automatically it goes to standard storage, right? It's what we want. We want files that we can access at any time. But then it allows us to select infrequent access as well. But in addition, you can select the intelligent tiering right off the bat just for that specific file or folder, which is a very nice option if you have a S3 bucket that has other files in there or that you use for another purpose. And some of those files you don't want to have intelligent tiering. And here Amazon's website on intelligent tiering gives us a breakdown of why we would want to use this. It's a mechanism for saving money. It's a cost-efficient strategy. One of the things that you will see on your AWS certifications are questions asking that you provide the most cost-effective solution, or it may say that the customer has a tight budget. So you need to find a way to provide those cost savings. That's why in the AWS training and certification guide, it says a year of experience, hands-on experience, and it does not cost you anything to implement this strategy for yourself. You can enable these features for your environment just for testing. Wait 30 days and see if the file is moved over to infrequent access. Wait 90 days and see if it's moved over to archive. Wait 180 days and see if it was moved over to deep archive. And you will not spend a single penny. That's why it's very important to practice and practice. Reading and cheating strategies will only get you so far. But being able to do this hands-on will not only get you the certification, but it will also get you the job. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I will continue to provide certification training for AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, Cisco, Cloud, you name it, I can do it.